Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sales with Mustafa. I am your host Mustafa Asim, and the topic for this episode is the importance of tone of voice in sales situation. Let's get going. Have you ever been in a situation that all of a sudden you have realized that you are listening to someone more intently and you are somehow interested to hear more what they have to say? I think it's because how they use the tone of their voice, how they emphasize on something, how they are soft at some point, and how all of a sudden they go to the upper tones. Tone of voice is a powerful tool that significantly can impact the outcome of any interaction. And now that we are talking about sales, it is ever more important in sales interactions. In another word, we can say it's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. Regardless of how good of a message you have, if you do not deliver it properly, you will not get the desired results, let alone the best one. And this is not more true in a sales situation. In essence, tone of voice is the secret sauce that transforms words into meaningful communication. Now, let's go through 4 different situations that may happen during a sales interaction. For example, as the first one, let's pick we want to build rapport, and our aim is to show empathy and understanding. In this situation, you shall start utilizing a warm and empathic tone, that the customer gets the feeling that you really care about them. And with that, you can gain their trust. They hear from your voice. You have a very warm and empathic voice. You want to help them. This is one way. But another way, you rather want to come across an active listener. Of course, now we are talking about the tone of voice, and all of a sudden we are talking about listening. Okay, isn't it? Listening about using my ear and tone of voice, how I'm talking. But let me tell you how they are connected. First of all, you need to start learning to listen to other people. Because once you have listened to them, you can start talking to them in a very thoughtful way. You can start talking about what they were interested. And you can show them that you truly care about them. And with this, you surely can build a good rapport. And in addition to tone of voice, remember paraphrasing to show that you were really listening to them. As the second situation, let's think that you want to come across persuasive and have an influence on the buyer side. In this case, for example, let's say you want to come across confident and establish some kind of authority. Needless to say, you need to start using a confident tone of voice. You know what you are talking about. You believe in what you are offering. Imagine if you start talking to a counterpart in a way that's actually, I am not sure that this might be helpful, this may not be helpful. Of course, the other party cannot believe in you. But then again, when you start talking about that, I know what I'm offering is good and I trust it will help you, it will create the confidence in them that I can trust them. And they start believing in what you are offering. And they start feeling secure when they are making that decision to purchase whatever you are offering. On the other hand, you may want to come across enthusiastic. And this is more being enthusiastic in what they do rather than what you are offering. Because people are interested to see that you know about them and actually you share some kind of same value and passion. So when you are gonna show enthusiasm, be enthusiastic. Be positive about what you have. Have a smile on your face, even though if they cannot see your face. Trust me, it will come across that you are positive, you are enthusiastic. And this will generate excitement on the other part as well. And in addition, it will make you memorable. Maybe you cannot get the results that you want at that meeting. But trust me, once you become memorable with the use of tone of your voice, you are halfway there. Just keep going. The third situation that we're going to go through is actually quite a common one. It's handling objection. And trust me, as a salesperson, I have been encountering this situation quite a bit. I mean, like, if I would say that at least once a week, I would not be lying, because actually I'm facing it more than once a week. But again, how we can handle objections with our tone of voice. And yes, of course, it is possible. It is possible. The manner you want to come across is very important. If you want to come across calm and professional, of course, you will start using a very calm and collected tone of voice. At first, you try to diffuse the tension, address the objection, show them that you truly care about what they say, you understand what is being said, and of course, with tone of voice, you will show confidence that their objection is being handled and taken care and considered. Yes, it is very important that once you are handling an objection, you show them that you understand what is the objection and very professionally you are trying to handle it. On the other hand, let's say this is more of a problem solving rather than a objection handling. In this case, you need to become curious. You start asking questions. And at the same time, you need to keep the seriousness and the collectedness in your tone of voice. So you start asking questions, but still show them that you understand that this is serious for them. And you will tell them that the problem that they have, it will be solved. And whatever they are telling you is being taken seriously. As the fourth situation, I have chosen the closing deal. Of course, when you are closing a deal, you need to be careful how you use your tone of voice, because you are closing a deal and it has not been closed. So when you are closing a deal, remember to have some kind of urgency in your tone of voice. But again, remember to show the opportunity, that there is an opportunity that they are gaining by doing business with you. On the other hand, remember the positive reinforcement. I mean, like that, how good it is that they have chosen your solution. Now that you have the opportunity to work together, and this is very positive both for you and for them. All of a sudden, we are talking about a mutual goal. This is a mutual feeling. I mean, like, to put it in very blatant form, let's think about it. You are closing a deal and all of a sudden you come across that very kind of sheepish, passive speaker. Of course, the counterpart start questioning that, am I doing the correct thing? Or what is it that the other party is not very happy? On the other hand, if you start talking to them and thanking them for the collaboration and cooperation, and you see that there is a bright future in front of you, yes, they start feeling confident and they will try your solution and see what are the good stuff that you have promised them. Now, how to improve this skill? The first one would be practice active listening. And yes, active listening. During the podcast, we talked about it, that why active listening is very important in the use of tone of voice. Because by listening, you understand what is the correct tone of voice to be used in a conversation. Start varying your tone of voice. Practice it with yourself. Sometimes use a higher one, sometimes use a lower one, sometimes be calm and collected, sometimes be happy about what you are saying, and practice it and practice it and practice it. Practice using positive language. Try to find words that can turn a negative situation in a positive one, and use the positive language once you are describing it. You are not facing a problem. This is a challenge. That's an example. On the other hand, you can record yourself. Yes, maybe it's be a bit painful to listen yourself, but then again, you can listen to yourself and start thinking that if I was the other party, would I accept the offer that I am making? If the answer is not that positive, you may want to practice it a bit more. The last one, and I think the most important one, is seeking feedback. Seek feedback from people who are listening to you. Have in mind the message that you want to get across and ask people that how did they perceive you? Did you manage to deliver your message the way that you intended to? If you did it, well done. So, by mastering the art of tone of voice, I trust you can elevate your sales skills and build ever stronger and more powerful relationship with your customers. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk Sales with Mustafa. I was your host, Mustafa Asim, and I wish you the best of sales interactions.